Hi Lovies, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, and welcome back to Loving Lori. I have Maria here and she owns Amada Candles. Maria, I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for having me here. This is her place and she set this all up so freaking cute, guys. So tell us a little bit about who you are as a person.
As a person, I am a daughter, I am a niece, I am a fighter. Every day I try to become a better person with myself and in society. And I am a candle maker. I am the local candle maker. I hope soon I will have my little storefront to make candles for the community.
That is awesome. Where city are we in? So that way everybody knows.
Huntington Park, but I reside in South Central.
Okay. Would you want to open up shop in South Central or Huntington Park? Both, maybe.
Both maybe. Yeah. Both maybe. To help the raza out mostly.
Yes.
Help our community, our women community mostly, and our children.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Okay, so tell me about Amada Candles and how this started and what this means for you.
This started during the pandemic. I was home. I didn't have much to do, so I started making candles. And I've always loved candles. I loved playing with scents, and I thought, why not try to start something? Like, why not try to better yourself? And have something that you could live on for.
Yeah, that's so true. And I cannot believe that you started this so recently. These are so cute. I thought you literally just put this little cafecito here, but it's a candle, guys.
Yeah.
That is so cute. Okay, so next question. Where can we find these beautiful candles of yours?
You can find them on my Instagram. My Instagram is at Amada Candles.
Okay.
I do everything through there right now.
Okay.
Hopefully by the end of this year, I have my website set up already.
Okay.
DMs, I place you can get an individual candle, and I'm working on actually making candles in bulk for parties.
Okay.
Or if a business wants something for an opening or something, I'm working to do that.
That is so awesome. That is freaking great. So if you guys are a business that needs candles for your business, now you know who to hit up. I have a question because why did you choose the word Amada?
Amada, it represents a little bit of my name, because we all want to feel a little bit loved, which is Amada. And it also falls under my uncle, my mom's older brother. He was a grandfather.
Okay.
His name was Amado.
Okay.
So while choosing the name and trying to make it meaningful, that's what I came up with, being loved, because he was such a caring person. He was loving, and he always had a bright smile and a hug for all of us.
That is so awesome. That is such a beautiful story behind a name, and it goes to show that, people, when they're creating their businesses, there's always something to it. Just like Maria said in the beginning, what does she want to do? She wants to support her raza. She wants to support her community, specifically the women. And then on top of that, to think of a specific person, one of her tios that meant so much to her, and that's where you got this name from. And I mean, even the part Amada, what does that mean? Loving, right? So I think it's so beautiful, because even that's one of the reasons I started Loving Lori, is because we can all use self-love. We can all use love in our life. And especially I feel like as women, we have grown up and kind of been belittled by society and put down for whatever it is. Oh, you're not pretty enough. You're not this. You're not that. So I think that's such a great word, and such a great representation of a creation that you're making. And I'm sure with everything that you make, there is love in it, and you're doing this with a passion. So that's so awesome.
Yes, as I'm making them, or I'm adding the toppings, I'm pouring some love into them.
That is awesome.
Some love and some care. For the person.
That and that's what she's doing. She's pouring the wax in there, so she's pouring her love in there. And that's what I think I love so much about all the women that I've been interviewing. There's so much passion into what you're creating and what you're doing. And one of the interviews that should be posted last week, by the time you guys see this, The one of the girls actually told me, she's like, she actually does this thing where all of her products, she'll grab them and she'll tell them, okay, behave, because she knows that her heart, like a piece of her heart, is going into everything, and she's giving it away to people. Well, not giving it, you guys are selling it, but in hopes that people are also gonna love it as much as you do, and as much as, you know, you're putting time into this, because it's time, it's effort, it's love, and you have to love it in order to do it, right? So that is so awesome. I love that so much. What have you looked at spaces to start
Not
setting shop up?
not spaces. I've been actually looking at flea markets to
Okay.
start off with,
Yeah.
or like farmer markets to show up and like show up with a little bit of product and
Yeah.
see how it evolves.
Goes. Yeah.
Just to grow into opening
Mhm.
a space.
That is so
Different.
awesome. Have you looked into any yet? Have you put any applications in?
Not yet.
I am going to hook her up now, because now I'm gonna send you all these people. You gotta sign up for this one, this one. But
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
let you know. The next question is, why candles? What made you? You said it was during the pandemic, but what was it about candles? Because everybody has their own thing, whether it's necklaces, candles, art. Why did you choose candles? What was it about candles?
I think it was mostly the process. It's like melting the wax, and you're seeing something kind of like break down in front of you, but you're putting it back together,
Yeah.
and you're creating something
Mhm.
that will bring warmth into someone's home.
That is such a pretty
Yeah.
way of looking at it.
Yeah, because I try to revolve around our culture, which is my Hispanic culture. Sorry.
Yes.
Like this one is café de olla.
Mhm.
I want people to remember their family, or feel warmth and feel like, okay, I'm connected to them.
Yeah.
Like I was creating my marigold candle,
Mhm.
and while I was creating it, I was smelling the scent, since it's Dia de los Muertos is coming up.
Yeah.
I was just smelling the scent, and I poured in this mica powder,
Mhm.
and it started to look gold. And I was just stirring, and then I vividly remembered my great grandma,
Mhm.
and I was like, wow, this is what I'm doing it for,
Yeah.
to be able to have people connect with their people.
Yeah. And like, that's such a pretty way of one explaining candle making.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, again, going back to like why I started loving Lori, like things come out of hard situations or difficult situations, and even you explaining how a candle's made, like that just brings me to like, that's my life. Like things have to get torn apart in order to regrow and be made beautiful and become this solid, beautiful like woman that you are. And then when you connect it to like our ancestors and Dia de los Muertos, yeah, it is coming up, and that's the whole point of Dia de los Muertos, is to reconnect with your ancestors. And she's doing this on a daily, because that you're creating candles for that purpose. And the fact that you're able to have this like healing process and this process of reconnecting with your ancestors through candle making is so beautiful. What is your driving force behind this? Like, what is the reason that you continue to go?
My driving force is I want other young girls, no matter the size, to feel that they have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of this year, when I started making the candles, basically my body told me, like, you need to stop. I had to go into surgery, and
Mm-hmm.
they had to take an ovary off my left fallopian tube.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it was like an eye opener. Like, okay, you need to stop like putting so much stress on yourself, and you need to focus. And that's when I thought, okay, this is what I want to do. I was in bed for 2 weeks due to surgery, and knowing what the woman's body goes through,
Mm-hmm.
because that pain, I had been having it for some time,
Mm-hmm.
and I would always push it back, like,
Yeah.
oh, I could take it, and then having to go to emergency for a pain that I could have taken care of before. I noticed that I had to take care more of myself,
Yeah.
and try to like advocate for our like younger generation, that we could do anything we put our minds.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, even again, going back to like what you were saying about the candles, the process of the wax breaking down, melting, and leaving its solid form to become liquid, and then putting it back into a new itself, but a new version of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going back to the same conversation that I was saying, as far as like women, we're taught to ignore things. It's like, we can get through this, we can get through this. I like, this is more important. I have to be there for my family for this. I have to do this. I have to do that. And sometimes it takes a very big, whether it's surgery, whether it's, sometimes it's even losing somebody. I know for me, like when I lost my cousin, I was just like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, and then COVID hitting, I think everybody has kind of felt like, where am I spending my time? And what am I pouring myself into? And also, how am I ignoring myself? Because those are all signs of us ignoring ourselves. And then whether it's God that you believe in or whatever it is, like, something is going to happen to stop you. And usually it's not the best thing, but it also creates this beautiful new version of you where you're a little bit more empowered and you're a little bit stronger.
Yeah, it sort of opens like a new path that you have to tread on. And
yes. Yeah, and it helps you see things in a different way, which is great. But that's awesome. I think that's very beautiful. And what message would you give to girls?
Girls?
Yes. I would say younger girls, because I know they're the ones that are usually
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. You might not always be right, but you will get the right answers.
Yeah. I think trusting yourself is definitely something that is hard. It doesn't come easily, and again, going back to, at least I know you're Mexican.
Yes.
Okay, so am I. So I remember when I was younger, like my tío, one of my tíos specifically, you know who you are. He would always tell me, you're not supposed to be here when all my uncles and my boy cousins are sitting down watching TV. You're supposed to be in the kitchen learning how to cook. And I was the only one, I think I've always been this way in my family, where I was like, you're not going to tell me what to do. My mama's cooking. Like, I'm fine. I'm going to watch this if I want to watch this. And it goes back to, unfortunately, our culture, yes, it is a very beautiful culture, but it is also, there's a lot of machismo, and it is toxic at times. I love you guys all, and like I've told everybody, if I'm talking smack about whoever in my family, that's me, but if you say it, I'll kill you. Don't you ever say anything bad about my family. Toxic also. But with that, I think a lot of it has been conditioning, especially since I was young. Like, you don't say that, you don't do this, you don't do that, where like my boy cousins can say exactly what they're thinking and how they're feeling and do whatever they want. Yeah, and that's okay because they're a boy, where young women, we don't get that, especially growing up in a beautiful culture, but sometimes, like you said, toxic. We get taught to kind of make ourselves small in order for them to kind of be seen.
Basically fit in like a box.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's such a beautiful message. What is something that you want to see happen with Amada Candles?
I want to see them bring love into someone's life, mostly. And I want them to feel connected. I want to be able to, at some point, like the income of it, be able to put it to something that is helping a certain organization. Yeah. So yes, the whole like opening a storefront and like being successful is one thing, and feeling whole with myself is one thing, but mostly being able to like give back to people that actually need it. Yeah.
What would you, I guess, when you think of giving back, what type of organization or what do you want to see that go towards?
Mostly what I've noticed is the children that are at the border that need help, food, start with them. Okay. And the mothers. And obviously there's also fathers that need help, and try to help them. Okay. Because they're mostly the ones that are coming, like, let's say from Honduras, from El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, that they don't have anyone sometimes because they're fleeing because of violence.
Yeah.
And mostly them.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. I know you're gonna be able to do it. So keep on making your beautiful, beautiful candles. Thank you so much for inviting me here. You guys, I am going to link her Instagram so you guys can bug her. If you guys know of any vendor shows that she can go to, let me know so I can let her know. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.